with Jeff Sneider.
What's the deal with Fantastic Four? Last night I broke the news that Miles Teller, Michael B. Jordan, Kate Mara, and Jamie Bell are most likely to star in 20th Century Fox's reboot of the very popular superhero franchise. Josh Trank is directing the comic book movie, which is scheduled to come out in June 2015. Michael B. Jordan, I think I had reported almost a full year ago. That's because Fox has had an option on him since he starred in Trank's superhero movie Chronicle. And Miles Teller I reported on opening day of The Spectacular now in July. And I've seen some reports online that Miles was not in the mix back then in July. I assure you folks that he was. You have to understand that, you know, when a studio is casting a big movie, the filmmakers and that side of things, they have their list, and the studio and their executives have their own list. And Miles was most definitely on the studio's list. You know, he's a real up-and-coming actor. He was in The Spectacular now. He's got Divergent coming. You know, he's very charismatic, and I think that the studio really wanted to be in business with him. And he clearly has chemistry with Michael B. Jordan. They did this movie, That Awkward Moment, together, and they just signed on to a heist movie at Warner Brothers with the same director. So there is some chemistry there. And some people have questioned, you know, whether Miles is too young to play the role of Mr. Fantastic. Guys, you have to understand what Fox and Josh Trank are trying to do with this movie. You know, they're reinventing the property. It needs a kind of kick in the pants. And people have also been criticizing the choice of Michael B. Jordan because he's black and he's going to be playing a traditionally white character. That the race stuff is so irrelevant. I don't, you know. We think of Johnny Storm, we think of the Human Torch, Flame On, all that stuff. Who is thinking, oh, like white guy? Like we can break from canon in certain instances. It's a very different world than the 1960s when you know, Jack Kirby or, you know, whoever were creating the Fantastic Four, Stan Lee. Kate Mara is going to be playing Sue Storm, the Invisible Woman. I really like that choice. I definitely like it more than the other names that I've been hearing. We've heard Allison Williams from Girls, who's fine. Emmy Rossum I really like on Shameless, and Saoirse Ronan, there were rumors about that. But Kate Mara, I think, may be a better actress than all of them. She does have a sort of hard exterior. She's not the sort of pin-up girl that Jessica Alba was in Tim Story's movies. But just judging from her work on House of Cards, and I know she's supposed to be quite good in Transcendence as well, coming up in April, I think that they made a really smart choice with her, and I could see her having chemistry with Michael B. Jordan. You know, obviously they're going to be playing siblings, and I don't know how 20th Century Fox and Josh Trank are going to explain the racial thing, but you know, you can get around that, whether it's adoption or they share one parent. Like, it's not the end of the world, and I'm really interested in seeing, you know, what direction they take those characters in that storyline. The big surprise was obviously Jamie Bell as the Thing. He had never been mentioned in connection with this movie. I think it's a perfect choice. No, he's not some kind of big, burly, muscular guy. He's a skinny, scrappy kind of guy, but he has, you know, experience with motion capture performance. He obviously played Tintin in Steven Spielberg's The Adventures of Tintin. Jamie Bell is 27 years old. He's one of the top under 30 actors in the world. This kid's been acting forever. Whether it's Billy Elliot, King Kong, you know, he can handle those sort of big scale blockbusters. So I really hope that all these deals are going to close. You know, Miles is actually the furthest away just because from what I'm told, he has signed on to the Divergent sequel, Insurgent, and that's going to be shooting around the same time. So his representatives kind of have to work out scheduling dates and that kind of stuff. But if these deals can close, I don't see how you can be disappointed with this cast, you know? Like, obviously the studio and Josh Trank are trying to do something very specific. Fantastic Four may not boast the big sort of A-list names that the Avengers and Batman vs. Superman have, but I think it's going to be a really unique comic book movie. I think it's going to be its own thing. We're going to grow with these characters. I think that these actors are going to make us care about those characters, and I'm really excited to see what Josh Trank and his army of screenwriters, including Simon Kinberg, have up their sleeve. Because I suspect it could be pretty fantastic. Thanks for reading TheWrap.com. This has been What's the Deal with Jeff Sneider. You can follow me on Twitter at TheInSneider.
What's the deal with Jeff Sneider?